Thank you very much. Hello everyone, hope you are having a good time. I see some of the heads knocking, yes? Some more? Yes, thank you so much. Now, I am, as mentioned, I am Aniket Verma. I am a Principal Solution Consultant for Concur in India. What I'm going to talk about in next 10 to 15 minutes, quotes unquotes, only 15 minutes, is the innovation story. Now, you saw the product roadmap, you saw other things. In addition to that, what are we doing to bring innovation on day-to-day lives, right? That is what we want to talk about. So I'll break it down into three parts. One is, there is an initiative Concur has come up with, which is known as Concur Hackathon. But what that is, the kind of use cases we have recently implemented, which you can see over the pods after the session as well as the kind of benefits our customers are going to leverage out of it. Now, Concur this year, early this year, came up with an initiative of Partner Hackathon program. Now, which essentially is nothing but an initiative to bring together a diverse group of domain and technology experts to solve real-life business problems, right? The immediate question now that arises is, why Concur needs to have a program like this, right? Now, these are some of the reasons we have. Now, first and foremost is, drive local innovation. How we can complement the wonderful Concur product roadmap, which Sri presented a while back, with a flavor of more granular market-specific requirements. That's the first objective. Second is, throughout the session today, we saw the macroeconomic challenges, the challenges internally within India, which we are getting. I have personally gone for a home loan, so I know the challenges which exist when it comes to borrowing from someone, right? So, how we can be more agile, how we can respond faster to our customer requirements on a day-to-day basis. The third portion is community. Now, Concur globally has around 50,000 customers, with around 2,000 customers in India. And there are a lot of ecosystem partners which are there. It can be customers, it can be partners, it can be customer advisory, someone like me. It will also be our product who's there, right? How we can leverage this ecosystem to create something substantial for our customers. And as Ashwini mentioned in the beginning of the session, learn and adapt as we grow. Learn from our mistakes, adapt to the challenges which are coming in. So that's the objective. Now, let's go into specifics. The last hackathon we conducted was in the month of mid-March, wherein all of us, solution advisory, partners, customers, and product, all of us gathered under one room and we brainstormed over 3 pre-identified use cases. Now, these use cases, a context to these use cases is, these are a combination of what our customers have been highlighting to us, as well as we as trusted advisors, what is the trend we see in the industry, our technology going towards, right? So I'll cover them from right to left, primarily because use case 1, I feel, is of utmost importance in the room, considering we have a lot of finance folks, and we will deep dive into it as well. Now, the last use case, which is use case number 3, is, see, Concur as a platform, it's a world-leading player in offering integrated travel and expense benefits, right? Now, it has a component of travel, which is an online booking tool. The very definition of online booking tool is, it requires a very strong integration with the travel agencies, which sometimes to our customers serves as a roadblock, because they might not be on a travel agency which we are certified upon, right? So idea of use case number 3 is how we can position these integrated T&D benefits to our customers without being agnostic to the travel agency they are upon, right? And the idea is, they get the same online booking tool experience, they have less change management and a smoother transition eventually towards online booking tool, which Concur already provides as an option, right? That is use case number 3. Use case number 2 is, this is something all of us have undergone. It will be B2B, it is also evident in B2C as well. The shift in the payment mechanism when it comes to making payments, right? Now, I'll give you an example on a personal basis as well. If I purely rely on the money I have in my wallet, I cannot even afford a ride back home, right? That is the trend we are seeing. Now, all of us, instead of cash, we are relying on digital wallets, we are relying on UPIs. Now, this is also evident in the corporate industry. Now, to give you an example from a corporate perspective, think about the banking industry. Think about a retail customer who have pan-India stores, pan-India branches, and they are doing petty cash expenses on a day-to-day basis. Now, the idea was, we talked about throughout the session, Concur creates an expense report, it writes itself, how we can extend that phenomena to cover all forms of payment. Be it cash, be it card, be it UPI, be it digital wallets. Idea is, again, from an end user productivity standpoint, and think about a CFO who at a click of a button gets accrual visibility on all the decentralized spend across pan-India level. That is the use case number 2. And lastly, use case number 1, GST. GST is the hot topic. All of us, it has touched upon our lives on a day-to-day basis. Now, from an employee-initiated discretionary spend perspective, there are some category of expenses which are GST reclaimable. To be precise, hotel and airline. Now, the idea here is, the problem with this, GST is a time-bound activity. It requires validation, it requires reconciliation. That too within a time-bound activity. So the thought process here we had was, how about we bring some innovation on that front so that an organization can do this well before time and bring back additional cash back into the organization. That is something which a modern CFO is looking at. So for the remaining of the session, for the next 5 minutes, what I'll do is, I'll just extend this use case, what exactly we have done. And I'll also show you a sneak peek into the POC, which we have conducted recently. What we did was, what you see in this deck, it's a very busy deck. You don't need to be bothered about the contents, but essentially the point here is, there are 2 main players. One is Concur, who is addressing to the expense management needs of the organization. Second is FinCraft, who is our ecosystem partner, and FinCraft is a leader in GST validation and reconciliation across India. What we have done is, we have integrated the 2 players and we are serving a joint value proposition so that a processor at the time of processing an expense claim has all the data needed for a GST validation and reclaim. Right? Now, how do we do that? Essentially what we do is, when a person is submitting expenses, on a real-time basis, we are passing that information to FinCraft, who using the technology is validating it on a real-time basis and passing back the contents which are needed for a GST reclaim back into Concur. So that the third point which is there, when it goes to processor for processing, Concur makes sure that the claim is in compliance with internal policies. That is something we have seen throughout the sessions. Now Concur is also making sure that this claim is also in compliance with external government regulations like GST. Right? Now, what I'll do is, for you to visualize this better, I'm going to play a quick video of a system, actual system, how it does on a real-time basis. Just a disclaimer, this is still in the pilot phase, but just for your visibility, I'll just play the video. This is an actual system level demo wherein we'll see 2 scenarios. One is the positive scenario, another is the negative one. Let's see the positive one first. An employee is just submitting a hotel expense. We have taken an example of hotel. It's filling in the normal details. In an actual scenario, this will be done by the OCR. Now, this is a GST compliant receipt because this is the positive scenario. Let's go ahead. So all these details will be filled by the OCR. This is just a proof of concept, so that's why. Now, one thing which employee is mentioning is, the person is just selecting what was the applicable rate, right? Now, once this person saves it, very first thing system did was, it automatically populated CGST and SGST. That is one thing which is happening. No manual intervention, automatically being done. Let's go ahead. Second thing, in terms of your internal policy compliance, let's say there is a minibar line item, let's say there is any other laundry charges. Concur also supports itemizations so that you can catch hold of those expenses, right? Now, this person submits it. It will be first approved by the business manager on the genuine nature of the expenses. I'll wait for this to load, then I'll cover the rest part. So at this point of time, manager is just approving the expenses. Now, here is the case. Once the manager submits, on a real-time basis, we are passing this data to FinCraft, who's populating the GST-related data. What was the supplier GSTN? What is the customer GSTN? And whether the invoice is a valid invoice or not. Because in hotel industry, need is a QR code invoice, which hotels are not giving at the time of checkout, right? Let's go ahead. So this is a happy scenario. Now let's take a negative scenario, right? In this case, again the same process, but what employees is using as an attachment is an invoice which is essentially not a QR code invoice. And this is an invoice which is not a tax compliant invoice. Again the same process. Yeah, if you can stop the video please, yeah. Here is the negative scenario. Again, technology on a real-time basis has extracted the contents you need for GST reclaim and also decoded the QR code and is highlighting the reason it's not a valid invoice because QR code is missing. And there can be multiple reasons. One example being just a normal QR code is being used, which is not validated by the government of India, right? Which is not originally signed by the government of India. So this was a quick sneak peek. Now what we wanted, can go to the next slide please. Sorry. What are the benefits out of this for Indian organization? Now let's take a step back and understand the benefits. First and foremost, 100% compliance. Concur is making sure that a claim is in compliance with your internal policies. It can be entitlement limits, it can be exception limits, it can be out of the box scenarios and all. As well as now it is taking care whether your claim is in compliance with regulations set by Government of India, right? That is point number one. Point number two is, you are getting timely GST reclaim because all the information is practically available at the time of filing expense itself. Most of the Indian corporates do this on a retrospective basis. Someone will come and validate the expenses which were raised in the last month. They will do the manual reconciliation, and by the time the deadline for a GST reclaim expires, right? So that is the timely GST reclaim. Third is, you're practically getting an early visibility on the missed savings. Not only that, because FinCraft at the same point of time is reconciling your claim, they can also get you those missed savings back into the organization. So you have not missed those savings. There is also a provision to get back those savings with the help of the tax partners who were already pre-integrated. And the last is, just think about it. Right now, all these things are being done on a manual basis. Think about an AP efficiency. Think about the admin efficiency. How we can empower them to let these reconciliation done by the technology and empower them to handle growing expense volumes, growing invoice volumes in future, and basically setting a shared services up for the success, right? So these are some of the benefits we see for the customers by doing these type of an innovation. We just covered one, which was on the GST piece, because we felt, depending upon the audience, this will be of the most interest. I know I am between you and lunch, so I am just sharing the face which you should hunt during your lunch. First is Anand Agnihotri. He is heading partner ecosystem in India. Catch hold of him if you need more information about this. Another is Rohit Anand. Rohit Anand is the founder of FinCraft. He is there amongst us. He is sitting at my left. So catch hold of him if you want to understand more, because right now what you saw was only for the hotel. How we can extend this for the airline piece as well, which is the most critical piece for the organizations, right? And Rohit Anand is hiring, by the way, and this is as latest as this Monday morning. So just saying, right? Yes, that's what we had for today. Please connect with us if you want to understand more about on this topic and how we can collaborate further from here. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely day ahead.